In the cold expanse of space, where stars burned like distant embers and planets drifted in silent orbits, a war raged between civilizations. The galaxy was a battlefield with alien races vying for dominance over resources, territory, and survival. Among these warring factions stood the Krillian Empire, a militaristic collective known for its relentless expansion and unyielding warriors. They were feared across star systems, their advanced technology and disciplined armies leaving little room for resistance. But even the mightiest forces have limits, and the Krillian had encountered something that defied their understanding: death worlds. These planets, scattered at the edges of explored space, were infamous for their harsh environments and deadly ecosystems. Few dared to venture there, let alone conquer them, yet rumors persisted about the inhabitants of one such world, a planet shrouded in mystery whose people possessed secrets beyond comprehension. It was said they used medicines so potent it could turn back time itself or heal wounds thought fatal. The Krillians saw this as an opportunity. If they could claim this power, no force in the universe would stand against them. Commander Vale strode through the dimly lit corridors of his flagship, the Ecliptica Asterisk. His armor gleamed under flickering lights, each step echoing against metal walls. He was a seasoned leader, battle-hardened and pragmatic, yet unease gnawed at him as he prepared his fleet for descent onto the Death World. Intelligence reports painted a grim picture: toxic atmospheres, carnivorous flora, and creatures evolved to kill without hesitation. Still, none of those dangers worried him as much as what awaited on the surface: the natives. "Sir," called Lieutenant Rin from behind him. Her voice carried urgency, cutting through his thoughts. "Scouts have confirmed movement near the landing zone. Will face resistance." Vale stopped mid-step, turning to meet her gaze. "Resistance? From primitives?" He scoffed, but kept his tone measured. "Their spears won't pierce our shields, Lieutenant. Prepare the troops." Minutes later, the first wave descended. Drop pods tore through the atmosphere, leaving fiery trails against the crimson sky. Below stretched an endless jungle dense with towering trees whose leaves shimmered like molten gold. Thick mist clung to the ground, obscuring visibility. As soon as the pods hit the soil, Krillian soldiers poured out, weapons raised and scanning for threats. At first, everything seemed eerily quiet. Birds, if they could be called that, fluttered overhead, their wings casting strange shadows. Then came the sound, a low hum, almost imperceptible, growing louder by the second. The Krillians froze, unsure of its origin. Suddenly, figures emerged from the fog, tall, lean beings clad in simple garments woven from plant fibers. Their skin bore intricate patterns resembling veins of glowing crystal pulsing faintly with life. Each held staffs carved from bone-like material, etched with runes older than any known civilization. "Hold your fire," Vale barked, though uncertainty crept into his voice. Something about these beings felt wrong, not weak, not primitive, but otherworldly. One of the natives stepped forward, raising a hand in a gesture both calming and commanding. A translator device buzzed softly before rendering words in Vale's earpiece. "You tread forbidden ground. Leave now, or suffer the consequences." Vale sneered. "We are the Krillian Empire. Your threats mean nothing." He signaled his men to advance, plasma rifles trained on the group. The native tilted their head, studying the invaders curiously. Without warning, they reached into a pouch slung across their shoulder and withdrew a small vial filled with iridescent liquid. The moment sunlight touched it, the substance shimmered violently as if alive. The Krillians hesitated, some lowering their weapons instinctively. "What is that?" Vale demanded, suspicion lacing his tone. "This," the native replied calmly, "is our medicine." Before anyone could react, the figure uncorked the vial and poured a single drop onto the ground. Instantly, the earth erupted in a burst of color. Plants doubled in size within seconds, twisting upward with unnatural speed. Flowers bloomed explosively, releasing clouds of spores that shimmered like stardust. Even the air seemed to thicken, charged with energy. Then came the screams. Soldiers dropped to their knees, clutching their heads as visions assaulted their minds. Memories long buried resurfaced, nightmares manifested physically. Some collapsed entirely, overwhelmed by emotions too intense to bear. Others turned on themselves, driven mad by the chaos unleashed around them. Vale stumbled backward, fighting to maintain control. His vision blurred. Flashes of battles fought and lives lost flooding his consciousness. For the first time in decades, fear gripped him, a primal, gut-wrenching terror he couldn't shake. "What sorcery is this?" he roared, desperation creeping into his voice. "It is not sorcery," the native answered, their expression unreadable. "It is balance. This world does not tolerate imbalance, nor does it suffer invaders lightly. Our medicine heals us, yes, but it also reminds us of our place within the greater cycle. You disrupt that cycle, and so you will learn." As quickly as it began, the effects subsided. The jungle returned to its eerie calm, the vibrant colors fading away. Soldiers lay sprawled across the ground, trembling and disoriented. Vale struggled to his feet, rage burning alongside lingering dread. "You've made a grave mistake," he snarled, aiming his weapon directly at the native. "Kill them all." But the beings merely smiled, a knowing, enigmatic smile, and vanished into thin air, leaving only silence in their wake. Hours passed as the surviving Krillians regrouped aboard the Ecliptica*. Morale plummeted. Whispers of mutiny spread among the ranks. Vale paced furiously in the command center, replaying the events in his mind. How had they been defeated so effortlessly? What kind of society wielded such power? His musings were interrupted by a transmission crackling to life. On the screen appeared an elder native, their crystalline markings brighter than ever. "Commander Vale," they intoned, their voice resonating deeply. "Know this, we do not seek conflict, but should you return, we shall respond accordingly. Consider this mercy a gift, one you may not receive again." With that, the transmission ended. Vale stared at the blank screen, fists clenched. Defeat tasted bitter, especially when delivered not by brute force, but by something far more profound. Perhaps, he mused darkly, there were powers in the universe best left untouched. Far below, on the Death World, the natives gathered beneath twin moons. One among them, a healer named Lyra, held up the vial containing the miraculous elixir. She gazed at it thoughtfully, then sealed it away once more. "For now," she whispered to herself, "balance remains restored." And above, the stars continued to burn, indifferent witnesses to the fragile harmony holding together a chaotic cosmos.